So let's see. We're going to talk about the super cycle in crypto. My firm, Sarson Funds, has been in business for 9 years, and we've invested through 3 cycles. And we're calling this one the super cycle, and I'll tell you why. So this is me. I have a Wall Street background, and I love investments, and I love markets and market structure. And so when I met Ethereum, or discovered Ethereum in 2014, I was very excited about an opportunity to rebuild our market structure and make it better, make it faster, make it cheaper, make it more transparent. And I left Wall Street. And I was happy to leave Wall Street because Wall Street says stuff to you like, if you're on stage, don't talk about what you're actually buying. And if you do talk about what you're buying, don't tell the crowd where you think it's going to go in price. Well, that sucks. So to close my comments, I'm going to leave everyone in the room with an idea that I think is an easy 10-bagger that you can buy today. But before I get to that, I want to talk about the super cycle. So why are we calling it the super cycle? We're calling it the super cycle because this is the cycle where institutions and governments come in, and they're the biggest players in the market. So this is going to be the biggest cycle. So don't get shaken out of the market because Bitcoin drops 25%. And I'm going to talk to you like I speak to my degens, telling you things you already know, but just giving you a benefit of some perspective and reminding you why we're staying the course in this cycle and packing our bags. We have things going right for digital assets and for crypto. We have rate cuts expected here in the United States and around the world. That has not changed in the last 6 weeks, where we've seen some softer markets. We're seeing crazy fast institutional adoption of blockchain. Thank goodness. We have been waiting for this for so long. But now we see firms like BlackRock and JP Morgan and Morgan Stanley recommending Bitcoin allocations in retail portfolios. This is what we've been waiting for. These are symptoms or signs of the super cycle that we're in. And let's not forget about the money printers that are going burr around the world. Money printing, as can be measured by M2, the growth of the global money supply, always precedes price increases in Bitcoin. And this time will be no different. What's happening right now? Why is the price of Bitcoin going lower? It's going lower because there's a liquidity crunch as people are concerned about the war in Ukraine, everyone telling them that they're going to lose their jobs to AI, tariffs, and the government shutdown. So people are hoarding cash. It changes nothing. It just extends timelines. So why should we be optimistic that the timeline extension will end soon? Who's heard of a treasury company in crypto or a digital asset treasury? Of course, everybody in the room has. $21 billion went from crypto hedge funds, Digital Currency Group, Arlington Capital, Pantera, into these vehicles. It's only staying there until they go past their vesting period and they can sell and capture the premiums. It's all coming back to crypto. So this 21 billion that left is now maybe worth 30 billion, and that money starts coming back starting next month and it continues for at least 6 months. How much is 30 billion going to impact the crypto markets, you might ask? Well, the move in crypto that happened between 2017 and 2019 was predicated on $9 billion of new money coming into crypto. So $30 billion of crypto assets being repatriated into crypto without having to be sold, mind you, from these treasury companies, because they're selling public equities, then buying the same exposure for cheaper. 30 billion is a huge windfall for our industry to look forward to. We are going to have a fabulously strong first quarter and probably second quarter. So pack your bags and keep them packed. But wait, there's more. It gets better. So we had the Genius Act, wonderful. Stable coins are ripping and penetrating all different industries. We have the Clarity Act to look forward to, which will give the market more structure. And we even have, for the first time, what's shaping up to be the Federal Reserve for cryptocurrency. If you're not looking at World Liberty Financial, you can be forgiven because they're keeping an intentionally low profile. But if you look at World Liberty Financial, this is the blockchain-focused treasury company founded by the Wickoffs and the Trump family. You'll notice that their charter is eerily similar to the Fed. Set interest rates, participate in open market activities to calm markets, be a lender of last resort. And they're growing their balance sheet. They're getting investments, $100 million from Tron, $2 billion from Binance. They are building a war chest of the industry's most important players to serve in a similar role to what the Fed does for companies in the fractional reserve banking system. If we were there when the Fed was formed, we would have thought this doesn't seem entirely right that these private companies are partnering with the Treasury and leveraging its balance sheet to manipulate and stabilize markets. But if we were able to invest in the Fed when it was formed, like the way we can invest in World Liberty Fi token now that offers governance rights, that would have been quite an investment. And to the people that say, why should Tron or other projects be funding this institution? I ask you, who else is going to have the wherewithal and the knowledge to serve this role as a stabilization mechanism for our industry, except for the industry's largest players? So, your 10x idea is World Liberty Fi token. It is trading at 11.5 cents today, indicating a market cap of around $2.9 billion. This is an easy $25 billion project. At $1, World Liberty Fi will be worth $25 billion. By comparison, Circle, as their stablecoin, is a $25 billion company. World Liberty Fi also has a stablecoin that's very likely to become a trading pair on Binance, given the Trump's family's preference for CZ and Binance's purchase of $2 billion of USD1. So if Circle with just a stablecoin and no banking control mechanism can be worth $25 billion, easily World Liberty Fi can be as well. We have other 10-bagger ideas at Sarson Funds. We run investment portfolios and we build digital products. My degens have been very naughty and they have built a digital ETF that tracks World Liberty Fi's investments. You buy one Solana token, it buys the portfolio, it stays at net asset value. Groundbreaking technology from my team. We're excited to announce it here today on stage for the first time. Other 10-bagger ideas we can tell you about include decentralized cloud computing solutions and wallet-to-wallet Zoom calling for secure video and voice communications. It's an amazing time to be in blockchain. The 20-somethings, the men and women of crypto, are building a future that's faster, more transparent, provides equal access, and is delivering on the promise of blockchain and cryptocurrency. Stay along this cycle for a lot longer, please. Thank you.